Okay, this is the 5-minute tarot for the 19th of August 2017, and today it's not really directly about the tarot. It might be about the law of attraction and how it actually works. But if you get to the end, then you probably are going to be able to deal better with questions where people want to know about getting what they want or creating the future that they want or being dissatisfied with what's going on at the moment. Because people want a better future, and how are they going to get it? And this next bit, this video might be useful for you to consider some ideas about how we get what we want and how the correct way or the best way to go about asking for things that's going to give us a result. Because we can ask for all sorts of things, but most of it doesn't happen, and it may be that we're not asking correctly. So this goes with this. I have this neighbour who's been having chemotherapy and hated every minute of it, and so it's a bit like he goes to the drip session, the chemo session, thinking this is poison and this is bad for my body and it's not a good thing and there has to be a better way, a more natural way of getting rid of the cancer and so on. And maybe he's right, but this is what I want to, partly what I want to tell you about as well. So The Walking Dead, you may know, is a TV show about zombies taking over, or after this. I don't know what happened in the beginning. I never saw the beginning. But anyway, there's 2 or 3 seasons ago, there's a character called Father Gabriel appeared, and he's a regular cast member now. So we meet Father Gabriel when he was out in the woods and he got surrounded by walkers, and in order to escape, he had to climb up this high boulder, a big rock, and he's sitting on the top there, and there's too many walkers around, he can't get off. Because if he falls asleep and falls off, they're going to get him. But he wants to be rescued. So there's a certain point, I think maybe he prays to be rescued. And then Rick and the other main characters come across him in the woods and they kill the walkers and they help him down. And Gabriel's all happy because, and I don't remember the dialogue, but it's a bit like he said, I prayed to God that I would be rescued, and God came through. And maybe Daryl or Rick said, God didn't rescue you, we did. And Gabriel replied, yes, but God sent you. So it's a bit like, I think that's important. The idea that, okay, so if I can, pray means, the root of the word pray is to ask for. So when people pray for things or pray for an outcome, all they're doing is asking. So my neighbour wants to be healed and doesn't want to have cancer anymore. So he prays to be healed. But the thing is he praying with a certain idea in mind of how it's going to happen? So when he prays, does he want God to appear to him in a cloud and touch his head and it's all gone? Or does he want some kind of magical experience where he's going to wake up, suddenly he's going to be healed? What does he have in mind when he prays? Because Father Gabriel wanted to be rescued. And so as far as he was concerned, God sent Rick and the other people to rescue him. God didn't emerge from heaven and remove all the walkers and help him down from the rock. So when my neighbour prays to be healed, and when we ask for anything or when we pray for something, we're asking. But it's important that we don't decide on what the form of the healing is going to, or what the form is going to take. Because if you do that, okay, so my neighbour goes to chemotherapy assuming that it's bad, but he could just as easily go to chemotherapy thinking, okay, I ask to be healed, I'm being healed. So cooperate with the chemotherapy. Understand that it's going to be like wiping the slate clean or rebooting his system, so that as he goes through these different procedures, he's going to end up clear of cancer. He can begin again. He can begin fresh. So he's healed of it. Will he remain healed is the other question. But it's a bit like, what does he have in mind when he prays? That what's going to happen with healing? So when with the law of attraction, when we ask for anything, are we also attaching conditions, or wanting it to appear a certain way, or wanting to get this thing that we want through a certain channel? And I think when you outline the circumstances that you expect, or that you think are logical, or that are meaningful, it's when you outline the conditions, that's where you get in your own way and where you interfere. So maybe when it comes to people wanting what they want, you ask for the idea, right? So somebody wants wealth. Instead of saying, I want $10 million, because if they got $10 million, it would ruin them. But if you ask for sufficient wealth to be able to save, that's a more general kind of thing that you're asking for. And it's going to happen. Whereas if you ask for a specific amount, you've got an idea of how much it's, maybe you think, okay, I'm going to win a lottery and I'm going to get X million dollars all at the same time. So by having an idea of how it's going to manifest or how it's going to appear to you, you're shutting all sorts of doors through which it might come to you, or is more likely to come to you. So I'm getting a bit lost here, but so the idea is, when you ask for something, don't, if you ask and if you set conditions or preconditions, you can be shutting off and closing doors and stopping the thing happening that you want. So as my neighbor, if he were to understand or go to chemotherapy thinking, okay, this is a good thing, instead of this is a bad thing, because that's his position at the moment. It's a bad thing, and I've got to defend myself against the chemo. If he has to be healed. He's being healed, but he's getting in his own way. And if you think about, we ask for things, but we get in our own way. So if we can get out of our own way and let whatever it is that we want come to us, and we don't block it. There's a line I'll leave you with this. There's a line in a song by Cat Stevens called Sitting. This is the name of the song. And he says at one point, life is like a maze of doors, and they all open from the side you're on, which I quite liked. So when we ask for what we ask for, ask, but don't close doors. Or ask, but understand that when opportunities come to us, we can open the door and let it come in, or we can open the door and go to meet it. Okay, I don't know what you think of this. Don't know what I think of it. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. And if you have comments or questions or disagreements and arguments, by all means, let me know. Or if you've got experiences that it works, and it works that way, or you ask for something and let it come to you and it happens, let me know as well. Because that's kind of interesting if that kind of thing happens. Okay, so enough from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Okay, bye-bye.